Hello, and welcome to the next edition of the Active Self-Paced Training series. In this video, we're going to talk about online calendars and open facilities. So can we use online calendars to manage our open facilities like open swims, open gyms, lap swims, and things like that? So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So let's jump into the training environment. And currently, the way we manage our open sessions or our open facilities is by using activities. Well, there's a number of things that are problematic about using activities. We run into scheduling conflicts. They're difficult to manage if you have like 1 week you need to turn off because you have a special event. And with the online systems, they don't update the calendar in an immediate time frame. So we're going to take a look at moving these from activities, and we're going to create a reservation for them. So this is going to be a little bit of a new concept for some of you doing reservations, but it's very simple, and it's actually going to make dealing with open facilities a lot more flexible. So I'm going to take a look at South Oakland's Open Family Swim. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at this open family swim that happens on Sundays and Fridays. All right, we're going to look at the dates. Let's go into details first. There's a couple things that we're going to want to capture from this information. And the first thing is the catalog description. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. We're going to want that in the future. So we're just going to leave that on the clipboard. Then we're going to scroll down and we're going to look at some dates. So this is from July 12th through August 23rd. I'm just going to jot down August 23rd because we'll use that in a little bit. August 23rd, okay. And we see that on Sundays, we're going to do 1 hour starting at noon. And on Fridays, we're going to do 2 hours starting at 3:30 p.m. All right, the only other thing that we're going to want to turn off is to make sure that we have don't reserve facilities checked on, okay? Eventually, when we're done with this project, we are going to eliminate this activity completely. But before we do that, we want to turn this off so that we don't run into any conflicts. We'll scroll down, and we're going to say save. Okay? Now, let's take a look at our facility registration or reservation. So we'll open up a new tab. We're going to go to Front Desk, and we're going to come over here to create or modify a reservation. That's going to pop up our resource calendar. So the resource calendar is a way that we can see all of the different facilities at our branch and how they're currently being utilized. So if we look at this currently, we're looking at the South Oakland Y. It's a facility as opposed to an instructor or equipment. Nauditorium, which is a Gen X term for pool. We're going to look at all events, and then we're going to look at the resource of the South Oakland YMCA pool. And that's what we have down here. Now, I've set up some quick links for you all. If you come up here and you pull this down, let's say you're the person who works at Macomb, you can just come down here, click on Macomb Pools, and it will pop up the way you have pools set up at Macomb. If I come back up, South Oakland, boom, right back to South Oakland. So today is July 11th, 2024, and we need to make some changes to the things that are going to happen on Friday. So let's look at Friday. And if we look at our dates here, I'm going to take a quick screen cap of this so I can reference these dates. Okay, got that screen cap. Now we're saying that on Sunday, so we need Fridays and Sundays. So on Friday at 3:30, so let's come down and find 3:30, perfect, for 2 hours. So we've got 3:30, that's 4:30, that's 5:30, perfect. We're going to draw this box. And let's do some stuff. So this is going to be our open swim. That's what's going to show up online. The schedule type is going to be an open pool. We're going to choose the event type of open swim. We're going to check to make sure that our times are correct. So it's 3:30 to 5:30. And then this needs to repeat until August 23rd. So I'm going to click this little icon here, and we're going to set this up to say we want this to reoccur weekly on Fridays, and we want to end it on August 23rd. Okay. Go ahead and hit submit. And now you see that we have 7 instances of Open Swim that will happen on Friday at 3:30 to 5:30. We're going to go ahead and click proceed. And then we're going to come up and choose the customer. Now, as we do this on our own, this is going to default to you. And we want that. That's okay. I have to do this little thing here where I have to reselect myself because of reasons. We're going to display this on a calendar. We want to display this on the South Oakland Aquatics calendar. And then we need to put a description in. So if I'm just going to paste that description that I copied from earlier. Now, the thing that I'm going to do is I'm also going to edit this, and I'm going to make sure that we say something about downloading the app. Because we talk about doing schedule changes and communicating those changes. The best way to communicate those changes is with the app. So I'm going to put that in there to remind them to download the app. I'm going to go ahead and click next. And now our transaction has been completed. So we have successfully created a Open Swim reservation for Fridays from 3:30 to 5:30 for the next 7 weeks. If I go into my online calendars, and let me refresh this really quick. I'm just going to go out of South Oakland Aquatics, and I'm going to go into Bowl, and then I'm going to jump back into South Oakland. And if we look at Friday, we now see that here is our Open Swim class, our Open Swim reservation for Friday the 12th in the South Oakland pool. Now you still see this other one. This is the activity. We're going to delete that one soon. So if I double click this, you'll also see here's my description that we put at the bottom. All right. So you get that extra app stuff. Cool? Cool. All right, let's do another one. Let's take this 3-lap lane, 2 lanes open family swim. All right. I'm going to double click on this to find out our activity number. So our activity number is 111315. So let's grab that. And we are going to come back here and let's look up that activity. Modify search. It was probably already there. I probably just could have found it. Okay. I'm going to click on this one and we're going to look at our details here. So there's no description in here, so that's not great. We want to make sure that we have a description here, but we're going to delete it anyway, so it's no big deal. All right, and we're going to say it's in our pool, and this one's going from July 8th to August 24th. August 24th, and I am going to capture, there's a lot going on here, guys. I'm going to capture the majority of this. I'm not going to get it all. So let's just take this part here. Okay. Screen cap that for me. Now I can go over and we can start doing our reservations for this. So I'm going to do a new reservation. And right away, I see that we're going to have a conflict because here is our 111315. So let's see what the system will do when we try to manage this. So the easiest way to do this would be to just go in and find where it says reserve facilities and click don't reserve facility and say save. Now when I go back into my receipt, let's just update the day. We're going to do Monday. And now we no longer have that 10 a.m. session here. So we need to do 10 a.m. for 2.5 hours. So that's giving us, draw our box. We're going to call this Open Swim. I'm going to copy this, do a little copy and pasting here. I want to be consistent. I want all of my open swims to start with Open Family Swim. If we're going to do any lane designations, we're going to do that second. We want our Open Family Swim to show up first. So we're going to do pool. We're going to say swim. It's 10 a.m. for 2.5 hours, right? So that's 10, 11, 12, 12:30. Perfect. We're going to do a reoccurring event. And we're going to say, we're going to do it weekly, on Mondays, and we're going to end it as of August 24th. And we're going to say submit. We're going to proceed. Do my little change customer here. Remember, you don't have to do that. We're going to put this on the aquatics calendar for South Oakland. And we're going to paste in that description from earlier. We're going to click next. And now that has been entered into the system. So if we go back to calendars, we need to refresh our calendar. So we're going to go into another calendar, and it will come back to South Oakland Wellness. I'm sorry, South Oakland Aquatics. And now if we look on Mondays, it's not here yet. Sometimes takes a couple minutes. So we're going to go ahead, and while that's doing its update, oh, there it is. Here we go. I just had to be more patient. If I click on it, we have our description, and we're good to go. Now, let's pretend that we have a event that's happening on Monday. Let's see. Let's do Monday the 22nd. And during that Monday the 22nd time, we need this pool between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. So we've got a couple things we can do to change this. We're going to double click it. We're going to scroll down and find where we have our bookings, and we're going to click edit. We're going to expand this, and we're going to look for the 22nd. Now we could do two things here. We could either delete it and just get rid of it completely and just click the X and it would delete it completely. Or if we needed to just do a time change to like 11 a.m. Okay. We can do that. Oh, I just realized that all of these are saying PM. Oh, that's correct. No, that's right. Yep, that's good. No, I'm fine. We're going to click Update Reservation. We're going to confirm the changes, and I can put in an addendum here. This is optional, but maybe I changed this to allow a special Detroit Swims event in the pool. Okay, click OK. I've done my successful changes. I'm going to click Done. Now when I look at my calendar, we're just going to look at the resource calendar for right now. If I go and I look at the 22nd, so if I pull this open and I look at the 22nd, you'll see that the number of times that I have for this open swim has now been reduced. We're down to a single hour. Let's come back to our online calendars and do the same thing. So here's the 22nd. And let's see, it hasn't updated yet. So again, we have to be patient. Give it a little bit of time. All right, we're going to go ahead and give it a couple minutes to update on the calendar. In the meantime, we're going to take care of this one here, this 5 lap lane. So for consistency, we want to make sure that we're talking about this as being an open facility. 5 lap lanes just says 5 lap lanes. If somebody searches for open swim or open lap swim or open anything to do with the pool, 5 lap lanes is not a very productive descriptor. So we're going to kind of change that here. Let's go ahead and take care of our Monday through Friday. This looks like it's 6:30 to 8:50 in the morning. So we're going to come back to our resource scheduler. And let's go to today, which is the 11th. And we see our 5 lap lanes here. So let's go ahead. We're just going to draw a box this time. We're not going to try to draw the box in the time in which we need it. We're just going to draw the box. So I'm going to go open swim, 5 lap lanes. We're going to do an open pool again. We're going to choose open swim. And now we're going to use this bar here to kind of modify what we're doing. So we're saying this is going to start at 6:30 in the morning, and it's going to run to 8:50 in the morning. We're going to turn on our reoccurrences, and we're going to say that this is going to happen weekly on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So automatically we're creating all 5 days of the week that we need in one step. We're going to end this by August 24th again. When we click submit, we get 32 occurrences. If we open that up, you'll see here's July 11th, 12th, 15th, 16th, 17th. So this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And you've got all of your occurrences. We're going to click proceed. Uh-oh, red lights, danger, danger. 32 conflicts found. So if we click delete all conflicts, it takes all of those registrations away. So what we do need to do is we need to go in and we need to look at 11 or 111314 and we need to unbook that. So we're going to go 111314 and we're going to say don't reserve facility. We'll save that. Go back into our receipt. And let's try that again. So do the same thing. We're just going to draw our box, open swim 5 lap lanes, open pool, open swim. Great. Starting here, we're going to say 6:30 in the morning to 8:50 in the morning. Our reoccurrence is weekly, Monday through Friday. End by August 24th. Submit. Proceed. No conflicts this time, right? Again, you don't have to do this. This is a me thing, not a you thing. We're going to put this on the South Oakland's Aquatics calendar, and we're going to paste in our description and say next. Now we should have this open swim 5 lap lanes. If I go into my calendar, if I refresh my calendar, give it a minute. And again, so here we go. Starting on the 11th, we have open swim 5 lap lanes. We still have these old ones out here because we need to get rid of those. So what we would do with those, so let's take care of and dress that up a little bit. So we have our 5 lap lanes, our 3 lap lanes that we need to get rid of. So we're going to go back into activities, our 5 lap lanes. We're just going to come over here and just say details, scroll to the bottom, click delete, say OK. And it's going to remove that 5 lap lane activity from the system. You want to make sure that you're doing that moving forward, so be very careful when you start to do the deletions. So that's how calendars work. That's how the online calendars work for open facilities. There are a few instances that you might want to be made aware of. Some branches will choose to break up their activities into smaller chunks. A good example of that is if you look at the Birmingham Aquatics page, you'll see that we have, maybe it's not Birmingham. Somebody breaks it up into like multiple lap lanes. So we can accommodate that if you like. We can actually build for you a system where we can say you can book lap swim into lane 1 and lane 2 and open swim into lane 3, lane 4, and lane 5. So when you do that, you draw your box, you create your event, where I say open pool, open swim, and now you see that you have lap lane 2 and lap lane 1. And let's say this is fine. We're going to repeat this for 10 occurrences, so for 10 weeks. And then we'll come down here and we'll do the same for this one. We'll repeat this for 10 weeks. Oops, every one after 10. There we go. Submit. And then again, proceed. We found some scheduling errors, and you're going to come across those, and you'll have to manage those as you work forward. But once we've got all of these converted over to the new registration module, this should not be a problem. We can override the errors, or we can ignore the errors, and then proceed. So the same thing. And in that way, when you look at it on the calendar, it'll actually show you that you have an open swim in 2 lap lanes, and it'll say lane 1 and lane 2. All right. So if you have any questions about this, you'd like help getting started, you're having problems, some resources are going to be Amanda or Liz or myself. We're really trying to get this, everybody converted over to this method. You use the same basic method for open gym times. So if you've got problems or you've got questions, please make sure to reach out and ask us. Thanks for joining me for this online training, and have a great day.